Hi, my name is Anant Naidu from the IS 300 class. I'm taking the second section at 8:40. This is my video response for January 21st, 2011. The first question that I would like to talk about is the characteristics of good information. First of all, for information to be considered good, it needs to be accurate. Accurate meaning that the information is based off of correct and complete data. We don't want to have any information that is wrong or that is misleading. So it's really important to have accurate data for it to be good data. Another characteristic of good information is timely information. It is data that or information that is given in a timely fashion, or in other words, information that is given at a time that is actually needed. Some information is time sensitive, and its importance and its usefulness might only be in a certain time frame. So it's important to have that information when you need it instead of later on. Even though it might be good information, accurate information, if it comes later than you actually need it, then it becomes useless. So information that comes in a timely fashion is very important. The third characteristic of good information is relevance. If a piece of information is interesting or accurate, or even if it comes at a good time, if it's not relevant to the problem at hand or your goals that you have at that moment, then it's not necessarily good information or even useful information. So that's why it's extremely important for the information that is being gathered to be relevant to your goal or to your problem, and to be good information. Next is just barely sufficient. We live in a world where, according to the book, that we live fast lives and we don't have time to process a lot of information that's not necessary. So in order for information to be good, it has to be just sufficient for the problem or goal that you have. Just barely necessary to accomplish the goal that you have set. Or you want just the amount of information that is necessary to solve the problem that you have. You don't want more information, because then you'll be wasting time going to information that you don't really need. And you don't want too little information, because then you might not be able to solve the problem or achieve the goal that you might have. So it's important to find that balance and to get information that is just barely sufficient. Finally, for it to be good information, it must be worth the cost. The example that's given in the book is that you don't really need a daily report of the occupants of a full graveyard. That doesn't make sense because it's already full. The only reason why that information would be important or relevant is if maybe grave robbery was a problem in that area or for that particular graveyard. Then a daily update of how many bodies are in that graveyard, then that information would be important. Otherwise, the cost of gathering that information is not worth it. Therefore, that information would not be good. Finally, I'd like to answer, what's the difference between automated, semi-automated, and manual process? The difference is quite simple. Automated is a process that is completely controlled and carried out through some sort of machine or computerized software or hardware, completely done by that. Automated requires some sort of hardware machinery plus a human person to operate that machinery. Therefore, it requires both components. Finally, a manual process is a process that is carried out and totally done by a human or someone or some worker or employee. So that's the difference between automated, semi-automated, and manual process. And that's my video.